Welcome to the first of hopefully many streams now, where I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna draw basically. Um, I'll probably either just draw whatever comes to mind, or maybe even requests from the chat. Who knows really at this point? But yeah, let's just wait for some people to roll in, and yeah, we'll go from there. Um, Jaden says, "Hello, you. Hello, you. Um, give me some requests. What would you all like to know? Give us some requests." Flipping heck, look at my hand shadow. It's like a Disney villain. I'm like Chantal Dubois from Madagascar 3. Callie Angier as well. Yes, let's go. The thing is, you can all see me stream, but I can't see you guys stream. So it's kind of an awkward, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Draw Squirm. Who's Squirm? Squim. Okay, yeah, we can do Squim. Squim and Gambit. Let's go. Okay. Flipping heck. This is so awkward because I have my phone in front. But yeah, we can do the pair of them. We'll do Squim and Gambit. Flipping heck. This is weird. I love everything. I love life. Isn't that what he says? Flipping heck. I've been loving the new Smiling Friends season. So I'll draw Squim here. Try and adjust the camera so you can see a little bit what I'm doing. Hopefully I'll draw a bit faster. I'm just trying to find my bearings or whatever. But there's Squim. This is just the lay-in. I'll go in nice now before long, but here's Squim, and then I'll draw Gambit next to him. What does Gambit even look like? I know he's like... I need to make a name for myself here, because I don't know what he looks like. Sorry, I'm taking ages. Let's have a look what Gambit looks like. Because I have a vague idea in my head, I just don't want to muck it up. Oh, here's Gambit. Alright, hang on. I'll draw Gambit next to Squim. He's like reacting to him. I need to get my head in the game. Flipping heck, I'm drawing like a 5-year-old. Right then, I think we'll do the lay-in now. There's Squim. I'll do like his little demented tongue. So yeah, we have Squim and Gambit. I'm not that much of an X-Men guy myself. I wish I was, because it's really cool, like the whole mythos of it. You have these mutant men who are kind of outcasts of society. Speaking of comics, though, if you want to read like an entire library of every single comic that's ever been made, do not go on Read Comics Online. But beware, it has viruses and stuff. But I'm okay because I'm free, because I have a iPhone device and most malware is built for like Windows and stuff. But anyways, here we go. Oh, you know I love X-Men. Yeah. Basically, speaking of comics, recently I read the Marvel Zombies and also Marvel Zombies vs. Army of Darkness. I thought that's a very cool like adventure, kind of. But Halloween's already come and gone, so it's kind of like a bit inappropriate for the time. Not really fitting well, but here's Gambit with his lovely flowing hair. It's weird, because whenever I see myself draw, I'm looking at myself through my phone. I have to begin Ultimate Spider-Man. Apparently it's really good. Like the whole Ultimate series is like a different take on it. I'm trying to do multiple things at once here. It's like the art equivalent of having a two-way conversation, but this is what I'm built for. So here we have Gambit. Try and draw his coat. Next to Squim. Where's my ruler? Hang on. I have to look now. Because I'm not drawing his stick flipping. Like that. There we go. Hopefully my fat hand isn't getting in the way and you can see. Well, it's not necessarily fat. It's just that it's just in the way, isn't it? There we go. We have Gambit. And we have Squim. I'll give him a little border just to make it look like a real comic. Because why not? And yeah, Excelsior, true believers. There you go. Add some lovely clouds. We've got a nice scene going on. I'll check the chat now. I haven't checked it in 2 minutes, but it's alright. There we go. That's what we got so far, if you can see. We've got Gambit and Squim from Smiling Friends. I think that's Squim, what he looks like. That's just from memory, though, so it can't be... So it might not be the best, but I do it for you guys. So what have we got? We got Squim and Gambit so far. Anything else? Hit me with your best shot, guys. Come on. I'll draw like a little sun, so it's like a nice scene. Yeah. What else could I do? Here's how to draw. Hang on, I'll just do this. I love doodling this character, just... Oh yeah, that's cool, Jaden. Yeah, it's fine. Heading off. Because unlike me, you've actually got things to do. I just sit around all day. Drawing and stuff. I'll try and like adjust the camera so it looks good. But I'll catch up with you later. Okay, see you, dude. Take care. Dude, what am I, a yank? I'm gonna go to the store and play some Fortnite. Like I'm some flipping American. Bye, mate. See you, lad. Take care. Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Who else could we do? Trying to think now. You know what? I'm gonna do one of my favorites. You all know him. And he's very despicable. There you go, we got a Daffy Duck. Now, I'm not the best at my cross-hatching. I'm not Robert Crumb. And it's been a while since I've done it. But there you go. I'm not like a masterpiece with the hatching. I'm not the best guy in the world, but there you go. So far we got Squim, Gambit, Peter Griffin, and Daffy Duck. Swag. Come on, we need more requests. Come on, chat. There's like 4 people watching. 6 now, flipping heck. Okay. Give me requests or else I'm just going to draw some bull crap that you might not even be interested in. Maybe I'm getting requests and I'm just an unk and I can't even see. Because this is like my first time. I'm not the best at streaming. So, you're going to have to give me some tips. Yeah. I'll just doodle some kind of looking character here. Here's a hint. Okay. Notice how it's late. It's been a bit of a hard day's night. Mythical YouTube poll. Nice stream. Who's this? Mr. Scherfer with the Saul Goodman. I miss Breaking Bad, like the summer Breaking Bad eras. That sounded so cringe to get out. Sorry, guys. But, like, Breaking Bad, for me, like, personally, it was a big influence on my art, despite being a TV show and not a cartoon. It's hard to explain. I can't phrase it. But, like, I would just spend all day just drawing Walter White and, like, Jesse Pinkman and stuff. You know? So, yeah. Even, like, you get inspiration from the places you don't even expect, to be honest. This is so bad. I'm so sorry, chat. This will look better now. Hang on. We can fix it. Oh, don't run out on me now, pen. Come on. Oh, bollocks. I'm gonna have to find another. There we go. So this is meant to be George Harrison from the Beatles cartoon. And I'm going to draw him in a text fleece because he's a Scouser and he don't get knocked out. So yeah. I wish I was right-handed, because if I was right-handed, I could just draw like this, and it wouldn't obstruct the page. But because I'm, like, left-handed, half the time, I have to draw like this. Like, my strokes go in the left direction, which is kind of a pain, but there we go. Hang on. Yo, Super Taco, welcome to the chat. Thank you. Here comes the cavalry, my other good friend from YouTube. My good friend from YouTube. Super Taco, welcome to the stream. Give me something to draw, because I'm kind of desperate at the moment for people to give suggestions. It's like all you guys are like digitally mute. Oh yeah, I just forgot. I didn't add the hair tufts for Squim. There you go. Breakfast brains, that is an elite. Well, it's not ball knowledge for me. I flipping lived, ate, sleep, and shat Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 for 3 months of my life. I checked the time. But yeah, let's do breakfast brains. Whatever he says. It's been a while since I've drawn any, what's it called? PVZ characters, but let's do this. I'm going to try and draw in a way where you can see what I'm actually doing, because I know I'm left-handed, so... I know it's a bit awkward for all you viewers at home at the internet land. I need to actually think where I'm going with this drawing because I don't want to just make it turn out like crap either. There you go, there's a breakfast brains, but I'm going to have to add the rest of him now, ain't I? So, mate, I tried GW2 the other way. You still good? Oh. I'm kind of reminiscent about my PVZ era. There was loads of funny characters and personalities now. We were all young back then. We had like Ross Leon, Freddy Goomba, Baby Love 1821. I made a video with him actually, and he titled it "You're Hardly a Harry," and he blocked me on the game because of how bad I was. He says you're getting clapped by Beast Boy Brandon. Okay, probably no one cares, but me. But I'm gonna do the cape on breakfast brains right about now. There's his bacon cape. I'll try and hurry this along. See if I can angle the camera to where you can see him. There you go. So there's breakfast brains. Oh wait, the breakfast brains is the only superhero zombie that has like 2 boots on both sides of his feet. I've just drawn him with a big toe. Oh, it can be poking out of his boot then. You don't... Tell you what you're good at, right? You don't need to reference. You can get in the big leagues. Thank you, Taco. Most of this is from imagination. I'm just drawing him from memory, so this could be, like, really bad or okay. I know with breakfast brains, he has the toaster on the head. He has... Oh, he has Pop-Tarts coming out the top of his head, doesn't he? There's some Pop-Tart detailing. What else has he got? He's got the bacon cape. What other features does he have? He has, like, spoons coming out of his gloves. Because if you look inside of his gloves, they're filled with, like, cereal, like milk and cereal. So, yeah. And he has, like, the... You know what? I'll have him charge up his fist for... And he has a waffle inside. So he's charging up his batter splatter. There you go. You should probably use, like, a different ink for this instead of just spamming with this, but... There you go. Hang on, let me prop this camera up on something. Because it's kind of dead so far, the angle have been. Hang on. Is this any better? Probably find something else to prop this on. There we go, this kind of works. Perhaps. Maybe not, it's too high. Hang on, let me readjust. I'm having to use my flipping markers and shit to prop my thing up on. Can I zoom? Yes, I can. Finally. But what is obstructing this? Let's see if we can adjust this light. There we go. Any other suggestions? Let's have a look on the Jumbotron. Let's see what people are saying. So what have we got so far? We got Squim from Smiling Friends, Gambit, Peter Griffin, Daffy Duck, and George Harrison as a roadman and Breakfast Brains. Kind of a bit of a grab bag of people, as my good friend Michael Couchy would once say. I really am trying to make it so that, like, you can see where I'm going with this and my hand isn't getting in the way. But, yeah. Taco, if you're still watching, give me another request. Or anyone watching. It says one's watching, but probably that one is myself. How about an ice pea shooter attacking breakfast brains from above? Flippin' heck. You've just reactivated deja vu. I swear, there was a drawing your comments video I made about flipping 2 years ago, 3 years, 1 year ago. And I literally had the exact same request where it's like, draw breakfast brains and then an ice pea. That is so weird. And I think in that drawing your comments video I made about a year ago now, would have been 2 years ago, I have Chasington. I was like, well, not friends with Chasington, but like, I knew him before he like exploded. It was kind of like knowing Nirvana before they went big, because I watched his Heavenly Deletion of Fried Chili Cheese Dogs videos and Looney Tunes Icebergs, and I thought they were really funny. And I knew watching them that he would blow up, because like his way of telling jokes and that was so like adjacent to that like 2010s era of YouTube, and he like approached it in a way no one else had, and he has ball knowledge as well, so I think that's why everyone gravitated towards him. So I knew he was gonna like blow up at some point, and fair play. I think it was what blew him up was the Odd Ones Out Netflix show, Oddballs. His review on that was actually really funny, to be fair. Too old. I'm probably just babbling into the void, ain't I? But yeah, he commented, that Chasington guy, he commented on my how to draw thing before he blew up. But yeah, there's your ice pea. Or whatever it says. You know what I've been like watching a lot of lately? I've been watching a lot of Regular Show, rewatching it. Because I think with Regular Show, when I watched it when I was younger, a lot of the jokes seemed to go over my head. If that makes sense. Like when I was little, I would just hear characters talk and I wouldn't even like it wouldn't even register in my head like what they said. You know. Watch this stream when I become like famous on YouTube, yeah, I become like the iShow speed of streaming. Watch this stream. I'm going to delete it and it's going to become lost media and people are going to scour the internet for it like they do with Ed's World or something. But Super Taco comments, I still think Dino Island is proper underrated, you know. Yeah, I think with Dino Island, that was good because it was like the first like 3-minute cartoon I ever made. But at the same time, it was made in like that like 2022, 23 era where all my drawings were like really bad and rubbish. I was trying to copy like a Looney Tunes style, but I had no clue about like basics of drawing, like how to draw circles and squares and stuff. That's what all these skids do. They have like no like concept of basics drawing skills. So what they'll do is they'll try and draw like all these jagged edges on characters and think it's a style. It's not a style. You don't get style. Style is like it's like handwriting. You can't invent it. You know? But back in like 2022 and 23, those cartoons I made, like Doodle Town, Mr. Rabbit in the Haunted Mansion, Freddy's Trip to the Moon, Pizza Pig, and Dino Island, I made it on like this thing. This little graphics tablet with like a little screen on it. I still have it. I have a larger one now, but that one was good for me. Because like, for the first time ever, I could actually draw and like see what I was doing. Because before, I just used a mouse. But then my mum's friend actually... I was given a Wacom Bamboo before that. That was the first thing I drew with, but that wasn't very good. But yeah, there's Mordecai. Dude, you're fired! If I continue with these streams, do you reckon I get popular? Probably. Yeah. Probably just working to squim while I'm waiting for the next thing I'm going to draw. One of my family members is in the other room, and I hope they don't barge in or shout after me because I'm streaming. It's like the scene in Jurassic Park where like the kids are inside the car and the T-Rex is just outside. You see like the glass of water like drip drip. I reckon I did one about 2 years ago and wish I carried on. Sorry, I talk so fast. What were you on about? Did what 2 years ago? Sorry, I just go on like these schizo rants about cartoons and stuff. Live stream. Ah, I see. Okay. What else could we do? Yeah, it's interesting that like people now, we're at the point where more people have come into my channel because of the Postman Pat video I did. Speaking of Postman Pat, let's draw the lovely little postman here. Oh, don't say you've run out on me as well, you little crap. Oh, no, it's not. It's just there's tape under there. I take this to like a ring binder my product design teacher gave me just so the drawings wouldn't move as I put my pencil on them. Yeah, there's a dodgy Postman Pat. That's so bad. That's like, I draw like a 5-year-old that's trying to imitate flipping Animaniacs. And I hate that show. It's so cringe. I'm a Ren and Stimpy guy for life. I don't care. West Side. What am I on about? Anyways. Years. So we got Squim, Mordecai, Postman Patton, Ice P as the new additions to this lovely diorama. It's like there's no interesting cartoons coming out anymore apart from Smiling Friends. If you think about it. Like, what else is there? Like, Pixar, they're just spinning in the mud. Like, they're, like, really bad. Have you seen their new thing, like, the Beaver movie they're doing? It looks so bad. Every single, like, character since Steven Universe has been drawn like this. Not to be, like, a cartoon elitist, but they all have this mouth. They all have, like, the thing, like that. And it's just, like, what even is that? You know? They're all like this. It was the Tumblr invasion, it was. But yeah. You got a P, sure. How about my favourite imp? Controversial. Scallywag Imp attacking the P. Okay, Scallywag Imp. Scallywag. Yo ho ho. I remember I packed Scallywag Imp. In like a, what was it? Wondrous Pack of Greatness or whatever. I think that's the one anyway. But yeah. And when I did, I was like over the moon. Like that Garden Warfare 2 game, I wouldn't be the same person without it. I wouldn't have gotten into flipping drawing. I wouldn't have gotten into like just thinking about things different, like through a different lens through that game. Like that was such a big influence on me creatively. I know I sound like a fanny talking about this, but yeah. Hang on, I'll be back now. Give me a sec. Okay, right, S is back. Yes, we're back. Yes, we're back. What did I miss? Yes, we're back. So, what has Super Taco put in? I reckon I'd still play the game if they didn't go through with Garden Warfare 3 and focused on GW2, adding new stuff like they did. Yeah, they were sucked that they did that with the game. I wish they just kept. They shouldn't even bothered of making Battle for Neighborville. They should have just like kept updating Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 in perpetuity until like flipping like 2022. That would have sufficed. I think everyone would have loved that more, to be honest. But you know what? I think that the prime of my years in Garden Warfare 2 was like from 2019 to flipping what else? I can't even speak. Sorry, I'm like Keir Starmer. He must be the only tech bro. Yeah, 2019 to 2022. I think that was my like the golden age, to be honest. But yeah. Oh, Jan is in the chat. You right, Jan? I'm just doing this stream here, drawing away, to be honest. Just doing some requests and drawing and stuff. Come on. Good work. Oh, come on is in a good way. Not like, oh, come on, what's taking him so long? More like, come on, Harry. But yeah, look, here's a... Yeah, I'm just drawing, like, whatever comes to mind, really. Looks like I filled the page. But we got space here. So, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean, Jan. I get it. So, yeah. So, yeah. Hang on. I'll be back. Right then. Okay, what did I miss? I'm back for realsies. What should I do? What should I do? Oh yeah, what did you guys think of the Rusty Ralph show? If like any of you are listening at this point, what did you think about it? Because I've got more episodes on the way that I want to do, and I think it'd be fun old time to do more episodes. Yeah. I still remember 2021 Halloween concept designs. Shaking Puma. Let's go, William Reese. Oh, I think I just doxed his name. Sorry, Will. I miss him. How's he doing? But yeah. You know what? I'll give Squim a drop shadow. Yeah, I missed 21. That was such like a time flipping, because we were like the year that like COVID affected the most, if I'm honest. Like we had to transition from flipping what's it called? We had to transition from primary to high school in that like time span, and it was such a ball ache. Meeting him tomorrow, going to the cinema. Good. What are you watching? I know there's a new Michael Jackson coming out, so that's gonna be super cool. You know what? I'm going to give this Breakfast Brains, I'm going to give him a bit of a shadow as well, because he kind of sucks right now. I'll just be honest, he kind of sucks. Kind of make him pop. Hey up. There we go. I actually really like having the dark, because it makes the drawing read a lot better. I got into drawing loads in lockdown, but I'm honestly really glad. Yeah, that was the best thing. The only silver lining to lockdown was like the creative aspect. Because honestly, I made so much stuff in lockdown. Gonna see Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Good. I haven't heard that movie or what it's about. I'm sure it's really good. But back on my point about Lockdown, if you don't mind. I think it's... Yeah, I think Lockdown was goated for that reason alone. Like, the amount of stuff I made so much shit from, like, 2020 to 2021. That was, like, the most transformative, pivotal time, I think, in my creative upbringing. Not to sound all posh and highfalutin, but you know what I mean. Should I clip these, like, little, like, rants I do and, like, make them into videos? Do you reckon that'd work? Because I'm a very outspoken lad. I don't know, I just get excited whenever I, like, get to express my thoughts, and I just, like, go into verbal diarrhea. I could just be talking bollocks, I don't know. But here we go, we got the breakfast brains. I actually really like the black, I think it makes them pop, to be honest. Do some under the pec, or whatever that's called. It made me drummer in year 7 and 8, but I loved art in that time. It made me dumber in year 7 and 8. Yeah, drawing, for me, I think that just got me through, like, those early years, if I'm honest. Because I had, like, people. Like, I wasn't them, like, art kids that's, like, just, like, socially inept. Like, I can hold a conversation, at least I'd like to think I can. But yeah, I see what you mean. I can see what you're going for. But you know, it's art, man. It's art. Should I add black to this duck? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to add the black. I'm going to make the duck black. Like, I used to draw in all of my classes. Like, what I do is I'd have, like, a piece of, like, A4 paper under my book. And then whenever the teacher wasn't looking, I'd, like, put the A4 page on top. I still do that now. It's kind of a bad habit I need to break out of, but... I didn't do art in comp too much control, to be honest. No, I did so many drawings. Still do now. Where, like... I just did it because I was always, like, sat at the back of the class. Like, in my RE class... like, it was, like, one of those, like, big spacious classes where if you were in the corner, you were, like, a million miles away from the teacher, so you could just basically, like... You could do whatever you want. You could have food, have a whole banquet, have a party, throw paper aeroplanes, have a scrap, I don't know. You could do, like, whatever you wanted, to be fair. But, you know, I think... You know what? Ultimately, I think God's been good to me, you know? Like, because I moved schools and stuff as well. Not to... I'm oversharing too much. I need to shut my fat mouth. But... Here we go. We have a breakfast brains. If I'm going to, like, do long talks about stuff, I might as well just do it on my YouTube, because that's what's already out there. I'm not giving away information about myself. As far as, oh no, same, I got in trouble a bit too much for drawing in maths and science, but I didn't do it for GCSE. Yeah, with me, I drew so much. But to viewers who are watching, all however many of you, what was it? What was I going to say? What have you been thinking about the Rusty Ralph show? Did you like episode 1, 2, and 3? Which one was your favourite? And what do you want to see more of? Do you want to see more? I'm kind of at a crossroads with the series at this point. Because with me, I want to do, like, I want to do more, like, original characters and stuff. Like, original storylines and character designs and stuff. Because I've had, like, all these ideas that you see for, like, 3 years in my head. But now they're finally materialising with this new series I'm doing. And I think I'm at a point now, I'm glad I made it now when I did, because I'm at a skill level where I can convey those ideas, if you get what I mean. So, I'm at a crossroads, because I have 2 episodes. One's already been done. The other one has been completely posed out, and I've done the backdrops for. And all I need to do now is, like, the colouring and in-betweens, I think, and adding sound. But from then on, everything you see is either going to be, like, original stuff or, like, archive footage that I'm going to trace over and stuff. And I'm thinking, should I, for, like, season 2... should I do more, like, original, like, stories and more elaborate stories, or should I lean into, like, the celebrity caricatures like I did with episode 3 with Andrew and Tristan Tate? That is the big question, so, yeah, just let me know if in the comments, even if you watch the stream after the fact. To be honest, what else could we do on this show? This radio show. Let's draw a bear. Someone's bear. There you go. We got a bear behind Gambit. Give him some weird, like, 2 toes. There you go. We have a bear behind Gambit. I'm gonna check the chat. Anything new in? What else could we do at our disposal? I'm trying to think now what else to draw. The Rusty Ralph show is great. What's your thoughts on crossover eps, like them stumbling in on a device to take them, stumbling on a device to take them to different worlds? Okay, so cartoon where characters stumble upon a device that takes them into different worlds. I was gonna do that. I did that in 23 with what's it called? This episode, Hardly Harry's Harrowing Heist. I did it, but the thing was with it, I was gonna make it like a series kind of thing, because it was gonna be one short. But by the time, like, they time traveled, I just got lazy and I just stopped the whole thing. But I uploaded it, but, like, the episode just completely stopped. So I was going to do the second part where they do travel. Because I stopped it right where, like, the device was, like, malfunctioning. And then it was, like, a to be continued type deal. But yeah, I have done something like that. And I think that would be a good idea to return to. Speaking of that one, Hardly Harry's Harrowing Heist, I want to revive those characters. And one of those characters in that thing you will see return in some capacity, in one of the next Rusty Ralphs. I've got 2 coming up. One of them I don't know the name of, but I know the 5th episode is going to be called Brush Hour, and it's going to be taking place in an art class. Yeah, is this drawing even that good? Like, I hope it is, because otherwise it'd kind of suck. Otherwise Mordecai's not in frame. I think it's time for a new page A new page shall begin, I think. This one's run its course. There we go. You've served us well, young page. But yeah, this is a final look before I put it away to bed forever. Yeah. Okay, I need to get one pronto. A new page on there, because I don't want people to just join the stream and not even see what I draw like, you know, because that's kind of dead. Open a stream, drawing your comments or whatever, and then like it's just a blank page. So yeah, let's rectify this. Full bridge rectifier. That's a niche reference. If any of you know the YouTuber Electro Boom, the guy, he's like this Canadian Iranian dude, I think, and he just zaps himself with what's it? Yeah, he zaps himself with like these electric contraptions he makes. And by the way, that wasn't me cracking one off. I am getting tape. So yeah, let's dab that on there. Hang on, let me sort this out. There you go. New blank page. Give me stuff to draw. You know what? We'll start with something fun. Superhero adjacent. To get all you superhero nerds going. Yeah, I'm going to draw feet. Feet are tough to draw, but the tip is draw them flat on the bottom. So that way you get a sense of weight and gravity, I think. Might be, I don't know, I might be just be talking rubbish, but... There you go. We've got like his little gnome feet. If this is any good, if you have any drawing tips to give me, I'd be more than happy to accept them. Or whatever. What am I talking about? But anyway... You try and have to quiz for the chat. You have to guess who this is. He's the Doc. These pens are so rubbish. Oh, that's even worse. Why is the nib for that like massive? Low. No, I'm not going to even say it. I think I made this line too big. Yeah, drawing coats is always difficult because you don't know like what you're going to get. You know, you could get a really cool looking drawing with coats, or you could just get like... Because you don't want to make it look like one chunk of plastic, basically. Am I making sense? If that makes sense to you guys, then you're going to have to be the judges of it. Oh crap, I need to give him his little, like... belt thing. Oh, I've made his head a bit too big. But it can work as like a little like caricature style thing. Midget octopus. Midget Dr. Octopus. That is basically what this is. Basically just a midget Dr. Octopus. I think out of all the Raimi movies, I think Spider-Man 2 is the best. It's the most, like, upbeat, most, like, fun story, really. It's just a fun place to be, really. New York, that's what they make it look like. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. That's what one of the New York pedestrians says, I think, at the end of the first film. This is so bad. I'm sorry, chat. Chat, I'm sorry. What's the best Spider-Man film? I think the best... Well, I don't think there's a best Spider-Man film. I think the most fun to watch for me, as I've previously said, is Spider-Man 2. It's just the most fun. It's most up-tempo. I think the action is an improvement on the first one. The first one, the Raimi movies, it felt very slow and stilted. But I think... with Spider-Man 2, it's a lot more up-tempo. Like, the train fight sequence is really good. As a matter of fact, I have the Lego set for it. So, yeah. Pretty good stuff. I've basically accepted the fact that this Dr. Octopus I'm drawing is basically just been reduced to, like, a dwarf. To be honest, that's where he stands. No pun intended. There we go, let's have a bit of a... I think I've kind of lost steam, I don't know. It just ain't hitting. Did you see the recently found only surviving teaser poster for Raimi Spider-Man 4? I did. I saw it on Twitter, or X. Elon Musk's X, the everything app. I did see it. It was, like, so crusty. It was like someone's poster they'd left there since, like, 2011. But it was just on the wall. It was, like, on the wall for, like, 10 years, but, like, someone had left it. There's been a lot of, like, material released now for that fourth Maguire Spider-Man film. Like, there was, what else was there? I'm trying to think. They found, like, a maquette, like, a little, like, model for the Vulture, and I've seen, like, the animatics of, like, the final battle, and they're gruesome, man. Like, the Vulture just, like, stabs Peter Parker through, like, the shoulder with, like, one of his wings. I don't know how they would have gotten away with that, or what that would have looked like on screen. But that was the thing, because Spider-Man 3, I remember we had, like, a recording of it on the TiVo box, if you remember, like, Virgin Media. And whenever we'd play it, I would always be kind of freaked out by it. Because, like, I think they were slowly but surely, Sam Raimi was leaning into more of, like, the horror element with Spider-Man 3. And it would always, like, be off-putting and kind of frightening to me when I watched it when I was, like, little. When I was young, whenever I was, like, younger. Like, what else? Give it a month, AI will make entire film as if it happened in 2011. Yeah, I agree. Like, with Spider-Man 3, going back to that, there was a lot of, like, weird elements. Like, Venom was a bit, like, creepy at the time when I was little. And, like, what I'd always try and do would pause the TV whenever Peter Parker, he throws the Goblin Bomb into the symbiote as Eddie jumps in it. And for a brief frame, you can see, like, Eddie's skeleton as like this as the whole thing blows up. People have said, right, that for Spider-Man 3, there's like a whole half hour's worth of like there's a whole like 1/3 of the movie that was like cut for time or something. Like there's so much material for it. Like there's a completely like deleted end scene where the symbiote tries to eat Spider-Man, but then Spider-Man kills it, and as the symbiote goes away, it reveals like Eddie Brock's like skeleton or something. It's so weird and creepy, that film. But yeah. That's that. I'll draw Spider-Man actually. I'll build it from the ground up. Venom's scary, but does not compare to the car crash that is Hobgoblin in Amazing Spider-Man 2. He just looked like some dodgy, gross K-pop star. You see, like Harry Osborn in like the Mark Webb, like Andrew Garfield movies. He's just such a nitty. You're a fraud, Spider-Man. You know. I think that's a decent Spider-Man gesture. Kind of. It's just like I'll make like the pencil like really good, but then I piss my pants when it comes to the ink because I'm like afraid to like not mess anything up. I think I made his head too big, but it can work. He looked like Gollum if he grew up a rich kid and got addicted to heroin. Yeah, he did, or heroin. He 100% did. That's a good way to put it as well. So Asta, are you planning on making like any more vids like whatsoever? Because I saw your SpongeBob thing, that was actually quite like well done. Like I could picture that getting like a lot of views. Like if the algo found it, I think people would be willing to watch it. Like that's like one of those videos that you upload and then it like gets like hundreds of millions of views like afterwards, like after the fact, if that makes sense. This Spider-Man is so dodgy. It'll look good now. I just need to add a little spider logo. Yeah. Spider-Man. I need to add all the webbing effects. I just realised on my boy Spidey. I'm not the best at drawing superheroes, if I'm honest. And if I did, I'd have to read, what was it? Drawing Comics the Marvel Way by Stan Lee and John Buscema. I think John Buscema was in like a world of his own in terms of drawing. Like his Conan the Barbarian drawings are really good. Like they're so solid and he has such a nice feel for like anatomy and stuff. And I think that's what people should be taking notes at, because you see people, they just copy things by line and not like actually like legitimately study them and like the technique. Like, oh, it's used like anatomy, perspective, like stroking, like the stroke of the pencil, I mean. Came out a bit wrong, didn't it? But you know what I mean? Like no one like actually like thinks about these things. They just draw like verbatim. Like when people draw straight ahead like this, it just drives me mad. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hang on, what else could we add to this masterpiece? Spider-Man. Is this even that good? I feel like this is okay for like a Spider-Man I'm just doodling off my head. Like the inking is really bad. I'm like drunk, flipping, trying to draw. I look like a drunk guy trying to draw. But you know what? I think that Spider-Man ain't half too bad, to be honest. For like a first try, like drawing off the top of my head, I don't think this is all too bad. It could be worse. You know what I mean, my good friend? I sounded like Ren Hoek then from Ren and Stimpy. What are you doing to me? I am Ren Hoek. I want to draw Ren actually. I'm going to draw Ren after I draw the Spider-Man. Stimpy, you idiot! We cannot get on his live stream. What am I even talking about? Anyways. I have to give him some kind of movement. I should have thought about this first. I've just kind of... You need to think when you draw Ren. That's the thing. You can't just, like, dive right in. But I am, because I'm just swag like that. I'll draw him in, like, an interesting pose. Like, he's repulsed. Like, he's about to step in, like, dog shit or something. So he's, like, pointing at it, like, you idiot! Don't step into the dog shit! It's so hard to draw this character. But the trick is, with any, like, wacky, exaggerated cartoon, you need to have, like, an idea of, like, where you're going to put the features. And you need to make the expression read clearer. Like, I tried just now to add, like, a little bit of, like, negative space here and here. Negative space is basically, like, empty space. And you add that in, basically, to make drawings a lot more, like, readable, apparently. It's really cool. There's so many drawing techniques. I should do, like, an online course, basically, on, like, how to draw. Because no one knows how. Because when people draw, like, wacky cartoon stuff like this, they don't realise you need to study, like, real life first. Or whatever. So when they do draw, it's, like, really, really bad. Speaking of really bad, my drawing at the moment. There you go, there's Ren's foot. And then there's his big finger, classic Ren and Stimpy. And then I'm going to have to draw the dog mark. You know what, I'm actually really pleased with that Spider-Man, to be honest. To be fair, it's come out a lot better than I've expected. I'm going to give him Ren a bit of a drop shadow, just to make him pop. Does that make it better or does it make it worse, the drop shadows? Because I used to spam them in everything I did back in the day. Beta. Mao Mao Diaries comments beta. Better? Oh, better. Flipping heck, it's late. I can't even string together, like, the sentence power to decipher what people are typing into my thing. But anyways, here's Ren Hoek from Ren and Stimpy jumping into dog poo on the street. That's where my life has come to. There you go. It's okay. Mao Mao Diaries, give me a suggestion on what to draw, because You need to just throw us a bone here because you need to make the stream interesting. I'm kind of spinning my wheels in the mud at the moment. Trying to think of stuff to draw. But yeah, I think the Spider-Man actually kicks ass. I'm actually really pleased with how it came out. I was just doodling on top of it. Come on. SpongeBob. SpongeBob, sorry, Mr. Krabs. I watched SpongeBob the other day with my brother. I think that people are like overreactive. Like people want to say, "Yo, SpongeBob's fallen off." It's not fallen off. It's just taken a different direction. Because as far as I'm concerned, the first few episodes, like the first lot that like Steven Hillenburg did before he did the movie, they were like a lot more dialogue driven and a lot more about like the wordplay and like what the characters say and the writing. The modern seasons, because it's moved to digital, it's a lot more based on the drawing. Because back in the day, when you had like the classic production system of like TV animation, what you would do is you'd make the storyboard on paper, you then turn that storyboard into layouts and then send those layouts overseas to like China or Korea or Taipei or whatever. But now, because everything's done in program, you can just directly trace on top of the drawings instead of having to send multiple drawings overseas and having them redrawn and toned down and stuff now. So there's a lot more you can do. I really like, what's it called? Vincent Waller. He's the current creative director on SpongeBob. I think he's doing a cracking job. And all these kids who are whining, "Oh, SpongeBob has too many funny faces." They just need to get over themselves, to be honest. Wow. Oh. This SpongeBob is really bad. This looks like when you see like children's characters drawn on an ice cream van. You talk very nice, fast. You talk very nice and fast. Nice talent. Thank you. It's just I have all these like schizo-rant thoughts stuck bubbling in the back of my head, and I just get to express them on this platform. If that makes sense. Watch me be like the Charlie Kirk of animation. We carry the flame. Alright, I think I'm pushing my luck now. I might as well just finish this drawing. I'm not proud of the SpongeBob. Are you neurodivergent? No, but that's a very pertinent question. I am not neurodivergent. There's nothing wrong with me. I am just really tired and trying to make my stream desperately entertaining. There is nothing wrong with me whatsoever, but yeah. I really dislike the SpongeBob. I was too preoccupied ranting about it, so I'm going to draw another. But this one's going to be better. I assure you, Mau Mau Diaries, or whatever your names was, this one is going to be better. No, I know, but like, just making it clear, I'm not dissing the neurodivergent people, like that community of people. It's, you know, and I empathize with them, you know. And there's nothing wrong to be yourself. Well, thank you. There's nothing wrong with, like, you know, being who you are, to be honest. No, I know, I get it. I didn't want to insult you. Yeah, it's fine. All good stuff over here on the Hardly Harry YouTube channel. Because with me, I cannot draw, like, characters from cartoon shows on model. This is from memory. I feel like I draw, like, better from memory than from reference. I can draw from reference, but it's, like, really stiff, like, slavish study. But when I draw characters from memory, I can get, like, the spontaneity down. Like, with this, I'm drawing relatively quickly. Opposed to if you got, like, if you sat me down and you, like, forced me to draw, like, Homer Simpson and you gave me a model sheet, I wouldn't be able to do it. It would be, like, pulling teeth. Because I can't copy... Whenever I, like, sit down to, like, study drawings as, like, exercise, like, I'll study, like, a real-life image... what I'll do is I'll have to like take real good care, like measuring like the proportions and stuff, like how many heads tall is this character, or like whatever. I just draw better when without reference, but it's important to always practice. You need to like back yourself with practice, because all these kids nowadays, I know I keep doing these rants, but with these like people, they see all these like stylized like shows and stuff. Like what's one that comes to mind? What's an example? What was it? Stuff like Friday Night Funkin'. I'm not knocking it or like the artist behind it. I think his name's Dave. But you had like an entire like group of like these guys trying to copy that style, but they don't know what like went into it. Like you need to learn like the nuts and bolts of drawing before you get into cartooning, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm trying to talk like I know Big Game, but I don't. I cannot. Wait, what did you say? I can't draw for life. I think that regardless of how like old you are or whatever, you can get into it. Like just take a really slow and structured approach. Like PewDiePie, he was a good example. He did, I think it was 30 days of drawing and then 60 days of drawing. He like made himself a challenge, and he did pretty good. He started off doing like basic stuff like faces and stuff, and then he moved on to the more sophisticated side of the trade. But yeah, I think I'm more pleased with this SpongeBob than this one. This SpongeBob is like when they trace images from like, if you know the show Cartoon Beatbox Battles, that legendary show from 2018, that is what like the characters would end up looking like. They'd be all like off model. This is like a lot more better to me, to be honest. Patrick now. Okay, yeah, you've read my mind. I really wanted to draw Patrick as well, because I think he's very like fun to draw, to be honest. Like he's just a big cone with like a mouth and eyes. So I'll give him a whirl. I think SpongeBob, comparing the two shows, I know I keep banging on about Ren and Stimpy, but ultimately I think SpongeBob was always more destined to be more popular than Ren and Stimpy, because Ren and Stimpy, at the end of the day, it looks better. I can concede to the fact it does look better than SpongeBob. Like the drawings in it are better and the colors kick its ass, but it's all just like copied from like 1940s like Bob Clampett and like 60s and 50s Hanna-Barbera. And I think at the end of the day, SpongeBob, it's an entirely different beast. Like it has its own sound, look, and feel. Like the music is different, the backdrops are different, the way the characters speak is different. Every single character in SpongeBob has a way of like talking, walking, laughing, different expressions, you know. And it's interesting. I'm glad that like the most popular cartoon in recent memory does have like, you know, it just set the bar high in so many ways. SpongeBob better, yeah. I haven't watched like that much of SpongeBob. Like it was on a lot on Nicktoons when I was little, and it was always on. I can remember watching it, but it didn't leave that much of an impression on me. I always just saw it as, oh, SpongeBob's on. You know. I think the drawings in Ren and Stimpy are better. SpongeBob does have some good stuff. They do share a lot of artists. I know Vincent Waller and Aaron Springer. Do I know Shin Chan? No, I do not. So I will look them up now on the Jumbotron. Let's have a look at Shin Chan. Who are they? Oh, it's a cartoon. I've seen this cartoon. I'm not so big. Like, when it comes to, like, the history of, like, American cartoons, I can, like, talk for hours. But as far as, like, the Japanese go, I am, like, so bad. Like, I don't know anything, if I'm honest. I know about, like, I know Miyazaki and his, like, movies. Like, I know about them. I haven't seen them. There was this one Japanese cartoon I was watching the other day called Hajime no Ippo. It's about, like, this 16-year-old kid who gets bullied badly, and they end up in a boxing gym. But the thing is with that, like all the Japanese shows, they'll have dubs, and you'll have like this 15-year-old kid, but he sounds like a 40-year-old man. But I think the dubs are funnier because they're a lot more cornier in their delivery, if I'm honest. Yeah. Yes, dubs are funnier. Like you'll have some 15-year-old kid and he'll say like, "Why don't you get out there and blast those suckers?" Like that's what they all sound like, you know. I swear there was a Sonic anime. Well, it wasn't an anime, but it was animated in Japan. You can blatantly tell. I think it was called like Sonic X or something. Can you draw country balls? Hang on. I've heard of country balls. I had this one friend in my class. I think his name was Charlie. He used to love country balls. He drew them all like every day and night. Hang on, what did you type exactly? I'm gonna check in the chat. Can you draw Guinea Bassai country balls? Hang on, let me have a look at what that is. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, we can draw a country ball. It's basically just a ball, to be honest, and it has like a little eye on it. And then it has like... Yeah, it's a ball, but it's like split down here. And then it has like an eye patch, I think. I don't know, I'm just going off what I'm seeing. Yeah, there you go, country ball. Yes. Okay. Nice. We're moving. We're moving for a bruising. So what have we got so far? We got a small Doc Ock, kind of like, because I drew the head too big. I was too preoccupied with the coat. I didn't think of the larger picture. Because we're creatures of habit whenever we draw. Like, I'll get fixated on like one part, and I won't think of everything as like one cohesive drawing. Is your hyperfixation cartoons? Not really. I just think about them and talk about them a lot because I'll go down these rabbit holes. Like whenever I'm like free, like I'll go on my phone, research, oh, who did this? You know, why is this the way it is? And that's kind of the point, really, of what I do. I just like to talk people's ears off about cartoons, to be honest. What would you all like to know? Or what would you like me to draw anyway? Because I'm zapped. I need you to give me about everything or just cartoons. Mainly cartoons, but I'll like dive into other aspects and stuff. Like I'll watch a documentary on this one thing or the other or whatever, you know. It's just one of those things. I'll have like phases where I have crazes. Like I'll walk through mazes. That rhymed then, didn't it, at the end? Draw Peppa Pig, please. Peppa Pig is one of those ones I don't care for Peppa Pig. Not to be rude or anything. Funny story about Peppa Pig though. In one of my older classes, we had like this teacher from Northern Ireland, right? And she was very loud and like scary because they can be. They're like flipping like, what are you doing there, now? Like they can scream like flipping. They can break the sound barrier basically. And this one person, I can't remember their name. This was ages ago, like when we were in year 7. They brought in like a little like, what was it? They brought in basically like a plush toy of Daddy Pig. And she says, can you please let go of Daddy Pig now? And then like the whole class just erupts in laughter. There you go. There's Peppa the Pig. I'll draw it with like a hoof. There you go. That's from memory. I made it look like a flipping dinosaur or whatever. Have you seen like the jaw and stuff? That's a scary Peppa. It is. It's quite frightening indeed. I've basically just drawn it like a lizard from like the side. There's this theory everyone had, because Peppa Pig, she has 2 eyes on one side of her face. If you were to view her from the front, the theory was you would basically look at her like this, where she has like 4 eyes. Someone's given a request. I'm going to see it now. Hang on, I'm just finishing Demented Peppa Pig. What did someone put in the chat? Let's have a look. What did someone write? You should totally draw Kim Populaire from Kif. Someone's asked Mario. Hang on. Flipping heck. Everyone is entering. Hang on. We're going to have to make a new page for this. Hang on. Ugh. I'll leave... Hang on. Let's have a look. Okay, someone asked Kim Populaire. I don't know who that is. Hopefully it's not something like rude or wrong. Wait. Okay, flip. We're getting so many suggestions now. Kim Populaire from Kif. Okay, so that's just like some kind of... Kim Populaire is a minor character in the series Kif. I have no idea what that is. That's just what Google's telling me. I hope that this is a good idea. I'll get to all your suggestions now. One person asked me to draw Mario, I think, which I will get onto briefly. Don't you worry about that, Mr. Mario. I hope this is what you asked for, because if it's not, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to get what you're given, to be honest. Bro, I need that pen for writing. I love gel pens. Yeah, gel pens are really good. They're goated. Yeah, hopefully that's Kif or whatever. Kip, Mip, whatever his name was. We started drawing this stream. Speaking of MIP, we started by drawing some Smiling Friends stuff. Like, someone asked me to draw Squim. This is what we did at the start of the stream. Breakfast Brains from Plants vs Zombies, Daffy Duck, Peter Griffin. Yeah, so someone asked me to draw Kif. I need to draw Super Mario now, don't I? So let's go. I'll just draw like a lay-in for where I want his limbs to be. It's hard drawing Mario because he has so many details. And when people draw him, they just draw him like really cramped because you have the big nose, the mustache. You know what I want to draw after? I might actually draw Jumpman, the original Mario. Is Jumpman and Mario the same character? Or is Jumpman Mario's father? I don't know. You're going to have to ask me. Answer me, sorry. It's getting late. I can't even speak. I could do, but this is funner. Yeah. Super Mario. Hopefully this is like good looking. And I hope the person who requested Mario is still in the chat, because I've taken donkey's years to make it. That's a saying, by the way. So what was it? One of them was Mario. Someone asked, Screepo asked, draw me. I would do, but I can't see your profile pic. It's too small. So, sorry about that. I'm back. What did I miss? Basically, Super Taco, you basically missed. I drew Midget Doc Ock, Spider-Man, Ren trying to avoid stepping into dog poo on the street, a country ball, SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick Star, and then Peppa Pig. Yeah, Screepo, I don't know what you look like. I'm trying to look at your profile pic, but I don't even know what it is. It won't let me zoom in. What even is that? I'll try and draw your dodgy profile pic. Sorry, it's not dodgy, it's beautiful. So what does your character even have? It has like a big bow tie. Arnold the football head. Okay, someone's requested Arnold the football head. I'm going to do that now. I just need to draw this guy's profile pic. Whoa, this is actually really going a lot better than I expected. I can't draw SpongeBob, but I can draw some random guy's thing. So, Screepto, this goes out for you. What is Jujutsu Kaisen? I hear like everyone and their dog talk about it at my school. I have no idea what that is, to be honest. I hope this is what you asked for. What does your character have? It kind of looks like a ladybug kind of thing with two antennae. Yeah, I know it's an anime, of course. I'm not like a melt, but like... what is it? Okay, someone asked Arnold Football Head. Who's that? Okay. Oh, Arnold Football Head. Of course, meet Arnold. Of course. Okay, hopefully that will suffice. I'm going to draw Arnold the Football Head. I don't know much about, like... Boy ate a demon finger. He got demon powers, killing other demons, lol. I don't know what that means. I'm just preoccupied trying to draw Football Head as you requested. But yeah. As far as all, like, the class... I think... Isn't Arnold, like, a part of, like... What's it called? Klasky Chupo or whatever it's called. Like, those cartoons from Nickelodeon. Am I making sense? I think that's the studio that makes it. But here he is. Arnold. I have all this ball knowledge, like, elite ball knowledge. I think Arnold was made by the creator... originally for like a stop motion short he was going to make, but then he translated it into 2D, basically, into the drawing. which is interesting because you look at Arnold's character design and you think, how will this translate into 3D? He's a massive bleeding football. You know what I mean? Can you draw Coraline? Yeah, I'll draw Coraline now. I'm just having a look what other people are requesting. If I'm trying... You should draw something in Meat Canyon style. Meat Canyon. You know what? I'll draw Coraline, and then I'll draw like a Meat Canyon style like monster around her, basically. I think this is how she looks. She has like... I think I should have made her eyes a bit wider. That's Coraline. That's like roughly what she looks like, isn't it? She has like a very wide head and then like a hair clip or something. And then she has like a coat, I think. That film was really cool looking. And I should have watched it again, but I didn't. Like, it's like really epic looking. Who made it? Leica? Very Tim Burton-esque, but Tim Burton didn't make it. If you know who Tim Burton is. There you go. There's Coraline. I'm going to try and see if I can get like an ink pen to do the hair. There you go, there's your Coraline. And someone asked, what did they say? Draw something in Meat Canyon style. Yeah, so, okay, Super Taco just put, hey Arnold, Rugrats, Ren and Simpy, Cat Dog, yeah. Welcome to the stream, Calypso Animation. You're the GOAT. This guy is a genius. You should go watch his stuff. He's like a cartoon genius. He animates, he does like 3D animations, but he like hand animates them by hand. So the character acting in them is like excellent. Inspector Gadget. You know what? I'll draw Inspector Gadget in Meat Canyon style. I'm glad you mentioned that because Inspector Gadget is ball knowledge. Inspector Gadget's one of those interesting ones. I think it was made in... I think it's a French cartoon originally. And then it was like put into English. I'll have to draw him by here. There's this weird meme with Inspector Gadget from like Only Plays or like Angry Video Game Nerd where like he says brown bricks and it's apparently like really funny. Am I making sense? I hope you know what I'm on about because if you don't, that's going to suck. I'm just going to sound like some madman on a roof screaming. Brown bricks in Minecraft. There's Inspector Gadget. I'll draw his big coat. I swear I've drawn Inspector Gadget in front of you, Calypso Animation. I swear I showed you like a drawing where I've drawn him. I can't remember though, I must have. Because I used to draw him a lot back in the day. There he is. I'll have him say it as well. I have not looked in the chat, I will look now. Brown bricks. Yeah, I remember. See, look, I knew it. I'm the master of remembering stuff. I remember like an elephant. Sometimes. I don't know. Do I? Am I just trying to, like, boast about a skill I don't have? But anyways, I should colour in his hair, really, but I can't be arsed. I'm going to do it really badly. There you go. So true. Go, Gadget. Conquer the squirrel. Okay. You're lucky that I have all this ball knowledge, because if I didn't, people would just be, like, stood there stunned. Conquer... I wasn't really all too big on. The rare games, I tried to get into them, I can't. My brother was really big on Battletoads. I like Battletoads as well. I think it's a cool idea, to be honest, but I think it doesn't really have any longevity. Anything Rare's made, like Yooka-Laylee, Banjo-Kazooie, they're cool in the moment to, like, pick up and say, whoa, look at this old game, but, like, you can't look at them and, like, think of them, like, after the fact. Like, I don't think of Battletoads. I think of Ninja Turtles, but I don't think of Battletoads, if that makes sense. Am I making sense? Like, for, like, a piece of media to be, like, good in my mind, you have to, like, think about it, like, you know, after the fact, after, like, originally, like, watching it. But with Conquer, it was very one note. It was like, well, look, it's old, classic, cartoon-looking characters. But, you know, they swear and they have boobs and bums and stuff. I hope I'm not being too negative, Nancy, because to me, I'm just, like, debating in my head, like, is something good or bad? I'm not knocking Conquer. It looks good. It looks really good for, like, the time. And, like, the character models, they're very true to, like, the cartoons they were trying to parody and stuff. It's just, it wasn't my cup of tea. I played it, the controls were a bit dodgy, and yeah. But, you know, it's a relic of its time, and it's interesting to look back on. But there's Conker the Squirrel. I just finished doing a whole TED talk about him while finishing drawing him. This is actually sick. I should do more of these streams. Inspector Google. Brown Bricks, Classic Gadget. Draw Garfield fighting Jennifer Lopez. I think I'm going to need a whole new page for that. Or I could just do it in this space. Hang on, I'll do like a little box. What does Jennifer Lopez even look like? I don't know. I know she has like a big backside, but apart from that. So we have our little like comic book panel. Hang on. You come up with like the most random ideas. Also, how's your animation course going? Because I know you're doing that. What do you even do in it? Do you like have to learn like how to draw and storyboard and stuff, or is it just they give you assignments? Calypso animation. Hang on, I'm just trying to get a reference photo for what Jennifer Lopez looks like. Oh, she's just a generic woman celebrity. Not to be, like, rude or anything to people. It's mainly just 2D. So are you learning how to draw in 2D? Because this is actually interesting. I really wish I did your course, to be fair. I'm just stuck in flipping... No, I'm not going to give away too many details, but... If I went to your path, I would have... I probably have preferred it, to be fair. So when you're doing 2D stuff, do you have to, like, learn, like, the principles of animation? Like, do you have to learn how to draw, like, stuff? Because that stuff, I could do that morning to noon and night, like, to be fair. Tell us your IP. So yeah, if you're doing 2D stuff, a good thing I can direct you at is, I have the book on me now. What was it? I have all these books, I have like a library. But like this is a good one, Cartoon Animation by Preston Blair. Basically just gives you the rundown how to draw all different manner of like characters and like movements and cycles and stuff. You probably don't care, you probably want me to draw, but yeah, it's good stuff. Good drawing in it. It's like very classic 40s principles before like style ruined animation. Another good one is Richard Williams, Animator Survival Clip. This big bad boy right here. This one is like mammoth. This is the expanded edition. He has so much knowledge in here. But it's good, mine, because I think with this, Richard Williams, God rest his soul, he died. We lost him only recently. Well, 2 years or 3 years ago or whatever. But what he did was he managed to extract all the knowledge from the golden age animators like Ken Harrison, Milt Kahl, and Art Babbitt before they passed, really. So if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have any of that knowledge. Ah, yeah, Richard Williams. You big on Richard Williams, Jacob? Do you know who that is? If so, what was your favourite thing he did? See, I'm asking you guys questions now. But anyways, here's Garfield. And then Jennifer Lopez. I'll draw here, hot ass. Excuse me, sorry, that was disgusting. What am I, iDubbbz burping on video? Okay, so Garfield having a scrap with Jennifer Lopez. They tell us about him in college, but generally I know him anyways from Roger Rabbit. Roger Rabbit is such a goated film. It is actually, like, epic. Yeah, Richard Williams, the GOAT. It's sad that we lost him. Also, Jacob, what's your favourite animator that actually does animation, like, from the golden age? If you're aware, because, like, there was, like, this period in, like, 2022 where I would, like, just, like, well, not literally, but, like, I would just, like, trawl around and just find, like, all, like, DVDs and stuff of, like, old cartoons, like, the classic Warner Brothers stuff. I still have it, actually. I'll show you. Basically, I would just, like, watch loads and loads of classic cartoons and, like, study all the different animators and, like, go scene by scene, who drew what, who animated which scene. And, yeah, so my favourite animator is probably Emery Hawkins. He was good. He worked in Disney. He did Looney Tunes. He even did Columbia Pictures. He was goated. He did the Woody Woodpeckers as well. He has, like, a really cool movement style. He animates on twos, though. Am I making sense? I'm probably getting too deep now in this knowledge. I'm going to bring the conversation back to more general stuff. So yeah, Richard Williams, the GOAT, did Roger Rabbit. What else did he do? I'm trying to think now. He did The Thief and the Cobbler as well, that film. But yeah, just a GOAT all around. Robert McKimson is another good animator you could study, but he's more fixated on the drawing. Like when you watch his animation on like the Bugs Bunny cartoons, like the classic ones from like the 40s, like the drawing in that is like beautiful. Like he can draw characters from like every which way and like different angles and stuff. But there's not that much animation technique in there, if that makes sense. Like he's very literal. Like he won't use that much like difference in like the timing or spacing. Or there won't be that many smear frames. He just draws things like very like solid, you know. And he kind of times it as almost if it's like real life, like characters will move like this. There's not really many like zippy zappy stuff in his cartoons, or well, his scenes that he animated. But yeah. So yeah, basically my main message is, if you're going to do animation, just study classic cartoons, to be honest. You know, and it is interesting. It is very interesting. But I think to get you started, just... what was I going to say? Yeah, to get you started, though, just watch old cartoons, really. It was fun chatting. I'm going to go now. See you when I do at some point. Nice. Yeah. And good luck on your course, Jacob, as well. See ya. So yeah, I think this is going to conclude the stream. We're nearing 1 hour and a half. I think this would be a good place to stop. See you guys. Yeah, so overall, we've done lots of stuff. I'm quite pleased with what we've managed to do. We've done this. We've done that. And we've also done, which I think was the best, because we came on strong, was this one. I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out. Yeah, how do I stop this thing? I don't know how to... Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, see you guys. It's been good streaming and stuff. Yeah, see you soon. Hopefully I'll stream